All right, I'm here. And if you see me looking this way, like that, it's because my script is over there and I'm most definitely reading. So let's just get that off the table. But without further ado, let's get into this. The Black Girl Art Show is coming to Brooklyn, New York this Saturday, March 28th, 2026. And according to its Eventbrite page, there will be over 200 artists featured with over 8,000 tickets sold to date. Now that's freaking major. However, my spidey senses have been on alert ever since I heard about this show a few years ago. And every year, people ask me, are you participating in the Black Girl Art Show? And I'm like, why would I want to pay a grip of money to be selling my art in a marketplace full of Black women who are probably selling the same kind of imagery to an audience that just wants to be in the mix of her own reflection? I mean, I've seriously doubted how this art fair is going to be great. I saw it more as a pandering vanity show where no real money is going to be made except by the person who is hosting it and who had the genius idea of caking up of Black women's eagerness to have their own art show. That's like me being a person who sells oranges and you asking me to be in the orange fruit selling fair. Like, why would I want to put myself in an environment where everyone is selling the same thing? However, to be fair, since I have never personally attended and since I don't know any artists who have participated, I decided that this year, with the relaunch of the School of Creative Hustle, teaching the business between art and business, that I should go. Put myself in the role of researcher and see what's really going on. So today I'm presenting you with my initial discovery research findings about the history of the show, the creator, the cost to participate, the cost to attend, and feedback I found from people who participated in the past on their YouTube videos. So the Black Girl Art Show started in Atlanta with a curator named Joshua Love in 2019. Now on Instagram, Joshua Love has a neatly curated feed of his current lifestyle as the founder of multiple Black art shows. He has the Black Girl Art Show, the Black Boy Art Show, the Black Youth Art Show, and something else on there, but feels ATL. But there's nothing about his past much before he created all those shows. So I took it to the next level. I entered Joshua Love into a Google search, and I did not find anything else about him as a curator beyond the same narrative I found on the Black Girl Art Show website. So I was like, this is so strange because how could this guy come out of thin air and create this mega art show, which is claiming to have grossed over $10 million in sales for artists alone since it started 7 years ago? Like, why can't I find anything else about Joshua Love? So the researcher in me could not give up. I knew something was off. So I kept digging and I found a clue that led me to piece together an entire origin story of the creator of the Black Girl Art Show, the founder's original name. It's not Joshua Love, it's Joshua Dingle. Using his former name, I found his LinkedIn profile, his Behance portfolio, and an old YouTube channel, all of which hadn't been touched for years. They were abandoned artifacts, like little puzzle pieces for me to put together to solve the mystery of who this guy is, what his motivations are for creating a show for Black girls, and if he has our best interest at heart. I mean, does he even understand what artists need? Or is he just another person luring African American women into a spending frenzy by manipulating them where they are the most vulnerable? Their desperation to want to feel seen, and to be included. See, over the decades, brands have come to see the economic power in adding Black girl or Black women in front of their headers. Just the title alone will bring a force of melanated queens who are happy to be centered, even if they're being set up for financial exploitation. Very rarely do we keep our critical third eye open to see if every mirage of an opportunity is truly going to benefit us in the long run or if we're just getting pimped. So, this is why I'm creating this piece to be that hawk and investigate beyond the hype and present the facts for your consideration. Let's get back into what I dug up on the creator of the Black Girl Art Show, Joshua Dingle. His backstory is actually inspiring and kind of amazing. In a 2019 article published by the Atlanta Voice, he talks about how in the early years of his life, he grew up in foster care, and unfortunately, he was exposed to traumatizing physical and verbal abuse, which caused him to develop a severe speech impediment. The boy had a crazy stuttering problem, and he stopped talking between the ages of 3 to 12 years old. His parents tried many forms of therapy and treatment to heal his condition, but it wasn't until they introduced him to music and theater as a preteen that his speech problem disappeared. In his own words, he talks about how he fell in love with actors and their ability to tell stories. Once he immersed himself in the arts, particularly music, acting, and graphic design, his talents began to shine. Joshua Dingle ended up attending the High School for Creative and Performing Arts in South Philly, and he is a Philadelphia native. It became very clear that he was an exceptionally gifted visionary because beginning in 2009, Joshua created a series of companies as an entrepreneur, all based around theater, film, graphic design, web design, music, art, branding, and social change. The first company I found on record was Love Arts in 2009. From his bedroom, Joshua designed marketing collateral for local businesses and churches. His venture grew into Love Arts Design Studio, a firm offering visual and interactive solutions through branding, print design, and web development to over 400 clients. He also won the 2013 Entrepreneur of the Year Award from the African American Chamber of Commerce in Philadelphia. From my research, Music Makes Me Happy was the next business he launched. The earliest footage I found was a YouTube commercial for it from November 2013. I also came across and listened to a WURD radio interview from July 2015 with him speaking to Philly host Steph Renee about how his journey to overcome his speech problems led him to launch Music Makes Me Happy. The company started out as a t-shirt line focused on mental health related issues within the artist community. Eventually, it grew into monthly events, expanding across US cities, leading to the creation of the Emoji Art Show. Quoting from the Atlanta Voice article, the Emoji Art Show is a multi-sensory seven-city art show that occurs every year to promote the amplification of emotions through art, Dingle said. We use emojis because that's a popular device we use to express ourselves, so we use it to express ourselves in the art show. When we launched it, it was a huge success with more than 300 people in attendance. Joshua Dingle is still linked to a Facebook page for Music Makes Me Happy, and browsing through it, I found that the first listing for the Emoji Art Show was in 2018, just 1 year before the debut of the Black Girl Art Show. And while the Black Girl Art Show was just sprouting, In 2019, Joshua started another venture at the same time. From his living room, he kicked off Feels ATL, an elevated R&B experience with live music and themed tributes, evoking the vibes of the 1990s. Feels ATL turned into a wildly successful weekly event, moving from his home to cozy club-like venues in Atlanta. From May 2021, follow me, through July 2023, so that's about 2 years. Yeah, 2 years or so. Feels ATL took place every Thursday with bands and singers performing covers of R&B stars like Alicia Keys, Lauryn Hill, Maxwell, Mary J. Blige, Keisha Cole, Monica, Usher, and so many more. Joshua Dingle frequently incorporated live art, body painting, and art exhibitions into these musical programs. Now, going into 2024, remember the Black Girl Art Show is also blowing up in 2023. These Feels ATL shows went down to a monthly frequency from February to September, but each show sold out. And in the last 2 years, Feels ATL has had only two shows, each on Valentine's Day, but the loyal fan base continued to pack the house. So Joshua Dingle has a track record of successfully creating artistic, culture-based experiences that really cater to an African American audience. And he has been very well appreciated and endorsed, and people are showing up to see what he is presenting. In every brand that Joshua Dingle created, there is a clear expression of the digital and graphic styles of the times. I noticed too that he was an early adapter in the use of AI generated imagery at the onset of its commercial availability a few years ago for many of the ads he designed to promote Feels ATL events. This use of AI turned into a scandal for him last year, but I'll get into that a little bit later. So now we have a clearer picture of the creator of the Black Girl Art Show, a married man, a father who goes by Joshua Love now, who always had, in his words, a belief that he was supposed to create spaces for artists. And he also does have a long track record of doing that very thing. So how, if all, does hearing this origin story affect your perception of Joshua Love and the Black Girl Art Show? You think about that. Next, we're going to examine the details of the Black Girl Art Show and what it takes to be a vendor, how much it costs to attend, and what previously participating artists have said about their experience. So meet me in the next video of this series titled Black Girl Art Show, a Jam or a Scam, as we get into the details of the Black Girl Art Show itself. See you there.